of steps that we're going to look at are vines, weaves, and what was the third one? Scissor steps. Scissor steps. I won't make a political joke right now. Vines, weaves, and scissor steps. The first thing we're going to do is a vine, and this is a 4-count move, and it's usually not syncopated. It's usually in whole counts. So it's a 4-count move. If you've done the electric slide, you've done vines. If your weight's on the left foot and you do a right vine, you're going to step out with your right, behind with your left, out with your right, and you'll either touch and leave your weight on your right or step. And it just depends on the dance. Your instructor will tell you what to do. So it's out, behind, out, and either touch or step. If you're going to do something, chances are, usually it's a touch, because if you vine to the right, you're going to do something to the left. So we're going to do another vine. So it's out, behind, out, and touch. Sometimes step. Again, that's up, depends on the dance. With a count on that, because again, remember I talked about 8 counts. Everything's in 8 counts. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we do another 4-count vine, then that would make a verse of 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a vine. Now a weave is a little bit more complicated. And if you think about, if you've ever had braided hair and just kind of the way it weaves in and out, I want you to think about that as you're doing that, because you're going to be doing that with your feet, sort of. A weave can be either whole counts or it can be syncopated. It just depends on the dance. So if it's not syncopated, we're going to go out, behind, out, in front. So we just did a little weavy thing. So that's 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is possible that the weave would start by crossing out behind. Crossing over, like weight's on the right, cross over to the side, behind, and side. So there are kind of different kinds of weaves, but most of them are whole counts. It is a 4-count move. Out, behind, out, and cross, or step. Now if we're going to do it the other way, it's out, behind, out, and cross. And just, if you can just, in your mind, kind of see that weave. You can do an 8-count weave. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get a sense of the kind of the Brady thing that I'm talking about when I do that. Let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a weave. And if it's syncopated, that's an intermediate kind of move, and by that time you'll be laughing at these videos. Okay, the next thing is a scissor step. People call this different too. I generally call it side rock cross, because in line dance for me, if we're doing exactly kind of what the step, how it's named, it makes more sense in my brain. So, scissor step, weights on the left, we're going to rock out on the right, we're going to recover on the left, and we're going to cross over with our right foot. And generally hold. Okay, so that makes 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do the other side. 5, 6, 7, hold 8. They don't have to be, you don't have to hold. It can be side, rock, cross, side, rock, cross. Or they can be syncopated. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. It's the same move. It just depends on how, what is going on in the dance and how the choreographer uses that step. But it's basically rock to the side, recover, and cross your foot over. Rock side, recover, cross your foot over. So you'll have to still listen to your instructor, but maybe this gives you a little bit of an idea about vines and weaves, and what was the third one? Scissor steps, or what I call them side rock cross steps. So I hope that helps. Hi, I've been asked to do a series of videos breaking down some of the basic steps in line dance, and so I hope this helps you. I have some people who are brand new to dancing and they're really trying to learn, and I teach in a country bar, and I like to keep it pretty fast paced, so I don't really have time to break the steps down, so they asked me if I would do some videos, and so that's what I'm going to do. So if you're a new dancer, or maybe somebody who just wants to learn to line dance and you're a little intimidated, maybe this will help you. If you're an instructor and you have new people coming in and you also don't have time to break these steps down, feel free to use these videos, whatever. I'm happy to share whatever I have. I will say I am not a professional dancer. I have never been a professional dancer. I've been line dancing for about 12 years, and these videos and the videos I do of my dances are just designed to share with you what helps me best. So hopefully, if you're a professional dancer and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Well, she doesn't know. She's just having fun. So, 3 things I want to go over real quick before we get into the actual breaking down of the steps. I think there are 3 foundational things if you're trying to learn to line dance that you need to think about, you need to understand. The first one is, I think really super important, you need to learn to count to 8. In line dance, almost everything is done in verses of 8, what I call verses of 8. Some people call them sets of 8, whatever, it doesn't matter. 8 counts. 8 is the magic number. Every time you move your foot, it's going to be a count. So if it's a whole count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every time you move, it's a count. Okay, so 8 is the magic number. I want you to think about that. The second thing is kind of what I was just talking about. There's whole counts, and then there's syncopated counts. Whole counts is just a basic, for every count there's a step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whatever direction you're going, if you're turning, it doesn't matter. Whole counts, just 1 through 8. Then syncopated is a little faster when we get into shuffles and different steps like that, where you're actually taking 3 steps in two counts. So a shuffle would be 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So it's a little faster, and so those are the 2 different kinds of steps. The other thing that is super, super important is the answer to the question, where's your weight? And that is really, really important, because if your weight's on your left foot, like mine is right now, and your instructor says step to the left, you can't do it. So you first have to step to the right so that you can step to the left, and everybody else is already ahead of you and you're messed up. So if you can understand one thing in line dance, that would be the thing that I would stress. Where's your weight? If your weight's on your left foot, your right foot is the one that's going to be moving. It's going to move forward, it's going to move to the side, it's going to move back, but you're going to be on the right beat and the right foot. So where's your weight is a really important thing in line dance. Okay, so we're going to go into breaking down some of the steps. I hope that this helps you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. You can find me on Facebook, whatever, and I hope you have a great time dancing.